This semester in English 1 has been valuable in making me aware of how frequently literacy features in my day. As a student at college, I use literacy daily as I read lecture slides and use my phonics knowledge to decipher technical vocabulary so that they can be researched to increase my comprehension. Research for college assignments by reading texts in the form of physical books, online texts, or even YouTube videos. And as I write lecture notes, forum posts and responses to weekly readings, or even as I type out the very script I'm reading and you are listening to. As a child, I was both encouraged to read aloud and was frequently read to by my parents and sisters. I played the guitar in several bands both in and out of college, and literacy is once again present as I read chord charts, type out the words to songs on slides, and as I write my own songs with lyrics and chords. During my professional development placements, I discovered how fun and interactive literacy teaching can be and how it can take place right across the curriculum. I observed creative writing lessons where the teacher would first make a paragraph on the board using students' ideas. Students would then pair up and make a short paragraph to brainstorm their own writing, and then they would work individually to create their own text. I also observed literacy being taught in maths, science, health, Japanese, SOS, and Bible. Some of my most empowering literacy experiences occurred when I was reading alone. I was prompted to read Willard Price's Adventure series by my parents when I was young, and can still remember vivid details from the first book, Elephant Adventure. The powerful imagery in that series enthralled me, and because of that book series, I have a more positive attitude towards reading and literacy. The literacy teacher I aspire to be is one that facilitates learning in the classroom and puts the focus back on the students. I want to create meaningful learning experience for students, where they're encouraged to construct their own meaning from various texts and text types. I want to create a safe learning environment where students can share their ideas without hesitation, and where students can be proud of the text they construct and the meaning they have placed in them. Literacy is evident in every subject taught across the curriculum, and should be taught outside of just a typical English lesson. All teachers are responsible for teaching literacy in their learning area, and as a primary teacher, this is no exception. Educators must remain vigilant to create literacy teaching moments in all KLAs and take opportunities as they arise. The reflections I've made on the type of literacy teacher I want to be can be connected to the social model of literacy, a model that incorporates and extends many literacy models. Students will be nurtured, guided, instructed, and given ample opportunities to practice literary skills so they can have the tools to become code breakers, text participants, text users, and text analysts. For students to become code breakers, they must apply knowledge and skills to visual and non-visual codes. I'll aim for the students I teach to become text decoders, asking themselves how they'll crack the text and how the text works, as well as text encoders, asking themselves how they'll convert their thoughts and ideas into written text, and whether the reader will be able to decode their writing. As text participants, students will use their knowledge of the world, knowledge of vocabulary, and knowledge of how language works to comprehend and compose written, spoken, and visual texts. After reading texts for the first time, I'll have students asking themselves questions like, what does it mean to me? Could I recreate this text and share my own meaning? As text users, students will be prompted to take action as the reader or writer of a text. As a reader in my classroom, they'll be guided to ask questions of themselves like, what do I do with this text here and now? What does the text want me to do? As a writer, they'll be guided to ask questions like, what problem do I have that requires written action? What text type or genre best suits my intended purpose? As text analysts, students will understand as a reader what the authors of text want them to do, feel, believe, and as a writer, what beliefs they want to convey in their texts and the purpose of constructing them.